Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Rock and Block. My name is Michael Martinez. You may know me from a previous podcast that it's lying around in the internet somewhere. You're more than welcome to actually search for Michael27A, which is my other alias. Uh, Today's episode, it's the very first one. As you can see, I'm in my home office. Um, for those of you that are actually watching the live video. Um, as of right now, all that I'm doing is just sharing with all of you some very basic knowledge of my passions, which are mainly music, entertainment overall, and I would say technology, just to be in a bird's eye view. All right. So, with that being said, one of the things that I wanted to start talking about was the fact that last week, the president of the United States, the 45th, Donald Trump, signed the Music Modernization Act, MMA, as it's being referred to um, recently. And I do have to say that it is the right step in the right direction of what the music industry has actually been fighting for a very long time. Mainly, many artists have been trying to actually stay relevant and make enough enough money to actually support themselves. They've been trying to go on and do a couple of things and trying to live up their art, and there is nothing wrong with that. Actually, I support artists that have entrepreneurial minds, and they are trying to just go ahead and make a living on all everything that they're doing. But the problem with most of the people that actually are in the music industry is that they're locked into these contracts that it's really tough to actually get out of, and it truly really sucks. Unfortunately, right now right now there are so many record labels and so many people actually trying to just make a living, trying to make a buck, and they use the artist. They actually use the source to to do whatever they can. Um, so they can actually use the artist itself to actually make money, and it truly sucks. It really sucks the fact that people are actually just trying to make a living out of their music, and they either have to go the independent route, which means that perhaps they're not going to be able to actually make that much money, um, or they go through the route of signing with a record label. Signing with a record label nowadays is actually very difficult. It's one of the most difficult things that anyone can actually do. It's one of the most difficult things because the fact that by the time that you actually sign that deal, it already tells you that you're in debt. It tells you that you are already kind of screwed, to be honest with you, because it doesn't matter how hard you try to actually pay it off as soon as possible. Something always happens. The fact that the record label can actually just give away CDs because they're entitled to, but they're gonna charge you because of for them, that actually sucks. They control the distribution, so they sell the records the way they want to, and they press records or CDs or whatever in the amount that they that they think it should be, but didn't consult with you. Or they say that we're going to put you on such streaming platform because it's the one that is actually working for us, but it doesn't actually work for you. Or they make they make a deal that they're going to make the money as fast as possible, but you're not going to get paid as fast as possible. Now with the Music Modernization Act, and what they're doing is they're trying to create a central, keep that word in mind, a central database where all of the music publishers, all of the record labels, all of the music distributors, everyone will be able to go into this platform, into this central database. And simply enough, just actually, I'm going to take glasses off. And simple enough, they're just going to they're just gonna go ahead and be like, all I want to do is just see who wants to, um, you know, grab that song, license it, and start using it, and I can make money out of it. That's basically it. And there's gonna be a more streamlined process and such. And Kid Rock even said that he was happy about it, but there was a long process to actually go on about it. And I believe it's true. But the problem is that it's centralized. And when you say centralized, it means that there's someone out there that owns that data. It's not it's not as if it's public, you know? It's not like when you go to your library, it's a public um, for everyone to use, to just walk in and actually use and see it. Um it actually means that you're going to see it if you meet the criteria for that entity, so you're able to see it, you know? And that kind of sucks. Think about it like this. Actually, I'm not gonna even use that example that I thought about using. Um. Anyway, centralization means that you have to go through an intermediary or a gatekeeper to actually obtain data or be able to actually do something, and that truly sucks. It really does suck. But when you start thinking about more things and newer technology, you only think about cloud solutions. But what if you could actually obtain better solutions with blockchain technology? Hang on one second. Blockchain technology, it means decentralization. It means that there are multiple nodes around the world validating the data. And if one goes down, you have so many others to go on. And when that one that went down comes right back up, it just validates the information with every single other node, and it gets up to speed very quickly. And that's it. And the blockchain is mainly, it's like I like to explain it. Imagine an enormous spreadsheet that everyone has access to, and you can see every single time where, who, what, when, where, and how happened. Transfer of value, transfer of data, who signed the deal, who licensed that song, how much were they going to license it for, where was it going to be used, who was the person who actually licensed everything, and if it actually was paid, and where did that payment went into, and you can track it, where did it came from, what currency it was, depending on the blockchain that you are. If it was on the Ethereum blockchain, obviously it can be with Ethereum itself, or it could be with any token within the Ethereum blockchain. If it's within the Bitcoin, you can see if it's Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, or uh, Bitcoin or something like that. Um, by the way, I'm not sponsoring any of this blockchain or coins or tokens. Just giving you a heads up. So the Music Modernization Act is definitely the right step, but it's already outdated. Why? Because there are there are a couple of different projects out there that are actually doing that already. They're building the tools right now for artists to actually manage their rights and be able to um, dictate on how and how and how much, where, and what they're going to license out of their intellectual property. Um, we have projects such as Singular DTV with Toolkit and their decentralized distribution platform that is about to come out, and we have Ujo Music, which is about to make a big release. Excuse me for not remembering the name, but I know that on the EOS project there is another project that actually is doing something regarding music and such, and they're doing I believe that they're doing a kind of a cool job um, on incentivization and how people can actually um, participate also in using token technology and such. Um, so the thing is that blockchain already has this tools are being built. There are projects that have been around for 2 years, and they're about to make um, a launch or a release of one of their platforms, and they're going to be doing overhauls or on some of their applications. And the whole thing with the Music Modernization Act is just something that again, it's a step in the right direction, but it's already outdated. They should be looking into which one of these projects could help them actually create a decentralized database that can be accessed worldwide and could help every single artist license their song the way they want to and get paid. You know how much it sucked? It must have sucked during the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, just waiting every 6 months just to get a check because you wrote a song and it was a hit, but you were not able to actually get the money. As much as that song was playing in the radio, you had to wait every 6 months because the music publishers, the main music publishers in the United States of America, were or are ASCAP and BMI. And Harry Fox agency would have to uh you know make sure that the mechanical license every single time that it was played on the radio was every single time it was sold, record was sold, that translated into royalties, that translated into an agreement that um something that Congress already had set up. If you're a songwriter, you're supposed to be getting this amount. If you're a singer songwriter, you're supposed to be getting this amount. And then the record label, within that range, they would make their own standard contract, which there is no such thing as a standard contract in the music industry. Let me tell you that. There is no such thing as a standard contract. There isn't. Every single contract, the very first offer that every artist gets from a record label, it's designed for the best of interest for the record label. And if you're about to sign a record deal with the record label, make sure you bring your own lawyer. Don't trust the lawyer from God. Don't trust the lawyer from the record label. Why? Would you trust the right hand man from um someone that you didn't know that wanted to do business with you? I mean, if you were about to do a deal with the Godfather, would you have as your lawyer the guy, the consigliere of the family of the Godfather? No. You would have your own lawyer. You would bring your own consigliere into the equation. You would bring your own right hand man. Am I right? So saying this, it already it surprises me a whole lot when people sign record deals and I'm like, wow, you got screwed. You have I mean, the record label is your manager, they're your distributors, they're the ones who have the creative control, they're the ones that are going to be calling the marketing, they're the ones that actually you just gave away your appearance, your intellectual property and everything. So they own you. If you actually gain weight or lose weight, they can actually add a penalty to your contract or add something. As I've never heard of this, by the way, but it could happen. Um, but I mean, we have examples such as Michael Jackson and Prince in the '90s. I mean, it's real, people. Whenever you actually go to the record label, please make sure that you're getting the best deal possible. So, with that being said, I believe that you all should be looking towards blockchain. And that brings me up to my next point. Blockchain technology right now is the future. People don't even. Last Friday, I was in Old San Juan here in Puerto Rico, and I was interviewing a couple of people that were, what was blockchain? What's blockchain? And most of them actually didn't know what was blockchain. Whenever I used to say Bitcoin, they were like, "Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Oh yeah, that's true. I've heard of Bitcoin. Yes. Oh, my nephew talked to me about Bitcoin." But they don't know that actually it's blockchain technology and then coins, cryptocurrency that enable the passage of whatever that represents either currency or uh, a programming or a utility that it's represented by a specific code that it's represented by a token itself if you are in the Ethereum blockchain. So blockchain technology could be many things by itself, but it's just a way that actually chain data that is immutable, incorruptible, and it's it's able to save everything, so no one else is able to alter it, basically. And people just there are many people that just think about blockchain technology in the cryptocurrency sense. That's fine if you're one of those. That's okay. Um, I'm not a pump and dumper. Um, I'm not a. I don't consider myself a trader. I don't give financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. And talking about price, it's something that it's not of my interest. I'm saying this right away because if you're going to be following me, which I welcome you, if you want to follow Michael Media and Rock and Block podcast, you're going to be disappointed if you're actually thinking that I'm going to be talking about price. I'm not. I talk about technology. I invest in people. I don't invest in money. I invest in people. I invest in what I believe. And an investment can be help, can be emotional investment, can be community development, and it can be just being a helping hand in some project. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm actually, you know, putting my hand in my own pocket and investing uh, financially in some project. If you want to find out what am I invested in, you can find me in all of the social media, and you can send me an email. We can have a very nice discussion about it. Thank you. All right, moving forward. Blockchain technology is the way to go right now because people are people, governments, and mostly everyone. It's actually looking for better ways to um make the world a better place. Heal the world, make it a better place. Yeah, Michael Jackson. Dangerous. So making the world a better place actually right now, it's all about being transparent, being honest, and being truthful. And if you can actually put your money where your mouth is, which is an expression by the way, if you can actually put your money where your mouth is, and you have nothing to hide at all, you will be the guy that can actually use blockchain technology and propel your business to the next level, or you can actually change industries. You can make an impact in an industry so big that it will just go up to the next level. Here in Puerto Rico, it really sucks whenever I'm not sure about the United States or any part of the world, but I hate carrying with me that green piece of paper in the event here in Puerto Rico again that says when did my daughter get the shot, which shot was it, and I have to present it everywhere. And every single time we're gonna be adding one, we have to do something else so we can actually provide it for the daycare. And if we lose that paper, oh my god, it's the end of the world because um we cannot be every single other day be losing that. Of course, I don't want to be losing that, but it's a piece of paper. It's the things can happen to it. It can get lost. It can get wet. The dog, the dog can eat it. I do have a dog. Many things could happen. I mean, we just survived Hurricane Maria, and I wasn't expecting that my house was gonna get flooded. Things can happen. I mean, come on. Well, but what if that was on the blockchain? What if that was actually encrypted so well that all we got to do is whenever I go into the pediatrician's office, I just scan a QR code or whatever the process is. It shows up the medical record, medical history of my daughter. He taps into the system, adds in whatever he's doing that right then and there. That gets on the blockchain, and that can be seen by the government or any health participant thing. And it doesn't matter whether you are in a US territory, US mainland, in the Europe Union, or if you're in Asia or whatever country you're in, or if we finally are able to go to Mars, please Elon Musk help us get to Mars. I believe in you. Um for God's sake, I mean it's incredible that we're living in 2018 and people are still thinking in the 1940s. There's a really there's a really cool friend that I have that he makes a lot of jokes saying people are in the 90s. This company's in the 90s. That company's in the 90s. That company's still thinking blockbuster wise. So, um, shout out to that friend. I'm not gonna name him, but I'm pretty sure that he will watch this and he'll reach out to me. But it's true. It's true. People are still thinking that life is very square. You're born, you grow up, you get educated, you get married, you work, and then you die, and then it comes back circle. I mean, come on, guys. Life is so much more than just those things that I just said. So, that being said, um, I believe that blockchain technology can have many adaptations, and Rock and Block, this podcast, although this episode might seem a little bit boring to you, and it actually it kind of looks a little bit crappy. I know. I mean, I'm using just my computer and microphone and headphones. Um, I want you all to know that I will be working very hard to provide really good content. I will be working really hard to actually entertain you and be do the very best that I can to make Rock and Block be all about entertainment mainly. Um, this is more than just me. It's about again educating, entertaining, and informing people that the music industry, the entertainment industry, are out there. Many things are happening right now. Um, People are finally figuring out that Hollywood is not the way to go. People are finally figuring out that there are many ways to actually support artists, and very heavy impacting artists actually are moving towards being really great, really good in being independent artists. Actually, independent indie artists, indie labels represented more in 2017 in the market share than record labels itself. So the industry is actually doing much better. And whenever someone tells me that buying a record it's dead and it doesn't make sense when you can stream it, you know what? I'm going to show you something. As you all know, if you know me, Metallica is my favorite band. And this is, in my opinion, their best record. Master of Puppets, released in 1985. I actually bought a turntable and I started buying records, LPs, vinyl, whatever you want to call it, because it just sounds so much better. I'm an audio engineer by trade. I graduated from Full Sail, so shout out to Full Sail. And the audio, the guitars, the sound, the bass, the drums, the kick drum, the the cymbals, the bass. I mean, it's just like rediscovering those songs. I grew up listening to those songs on CD, then on YouTube, then obviously on whatever platform, streaming platform it's out there. But when I actually sat down and re-listened to this record on vinyl, man, I gotta tell you, it was completely different. So vinyl is making a comeback, and one of the things that they're doing is buy the vinyl record, and guess what? You're actually getting a download code so you can have the record digital as well. And even though Metallica's not sponsoring this show, it's not sponsoring Rock and Block. Actually, at this very episode, no one is sponsoring Rock and Block. N- Only myself, only Michael Martinez, sponsoring this, and it's because of passion. Metallica is about to release their remaster and Justice for All within a box set. I gotta tell you, you guys should be looking into this because there's a ton of cool stuff there. And I truly, really think that it will be one of the best things that anyone can actually um, enjoy and listen to. So, um, I guess that's it for today. I just felt the need to actually start. I've been trying to make a very good entry and such, but I just realized that I needed to start. The thousand journey step starts with the first step, and this is my first step. Hopefully, I will be able to actually make 1,000 episodes, and if not more. So I welcome you all to follow me at michael.media. Yes, michael.media. And over in this channel, you can actually find in the channel art, you can find the website and all of the social medias channels that I'm in: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. If you're in Puerto Rico, you can go ahead and give me a shout out. I would be more than happy to meet with you. If you would like to be in this podcast and geek out with me about music, movies, and technology, feel free to reach out. Let's work something out. Let's um let's geek out for a while. All right. This is Michael Martinez for Rock and Blog, sponsored by Michael Media. See you all in the blockchain. Have a good one.